Hi, I'm Jennifer Attard with the Circular Bioeconomy Research Group at Munster Technological University in Kerry, and I'm the lead researcher on the EPA-funded project Efficient Food. So food production requires large areas of land and significant volumes of water, and these are two resources that are already overexploited. Now in Ireland there's over 1 million tonnes of food that's lost or wasted somewhere along the food chain every single year. This is not only an environmental issue, but it's also a social and public health issue. There's 7% of the Irish population that suffer from food poverty, and this can lead to things like malnutrition and stress, which can in turn lead to things like mental health issues and even heart conditions. So the diverse impacts of food waste mean that there is a very, very strong drive for change. The Efficient Food Project has delivered the data that can stimulate this change, so we have created a first of its kind database, and this includes all of the food waste coming from Irish primary production, which includes agriculture, aquaculture and fisheries as well. We've embarked on an in-depth review of global policies and strategies that are aimed at reducing food waste, and from these we've compiled a list of recommended solutions that are best suited to the Irish production conditions. So the data we've generated will feed into Ireland's first report of national food waste to the European Commission, and so this is required by the according to the revised Waste Framework Directive, and the data will also support our national objective to halve food waste by 2030. Now, food waste measurement is an essential starting point to its reduction, and from our project we found that there is 190,000 tonnes of food being lost or wasted from primary production every single year. So significant issues we found are arising in horticulture particularly. So this is from issues in certain contracts with retailers, as well as through a lack of ecological farming methods. Now, our project focused on solutions that prevent food waste instead of those that divert it to other applications. So we've developed 6 key recommendations towards this prevention. So the first is to move away from increasing production for export and instead focus on shortening food supply chains. So this can rebalance the producer's market position, allowing them to make more sustainable business decisions. The second is to increase processing capacity in Ireland, so particularly through small producer co-owned processing facilities. So this will ensure that the 40,000 tonnes of crops that are deemed unsuitable for retail can still end up on people's plates instead of being ploughed back into the field or sent for animal feed. So the third then is the widespread adoption of low food loss and waste practices. So this is things like disease minimization in livestock farming or integrated pest management and soil health strategies in tillage and horticulture. Our fourth recommendation is to improve production and food redistribution infrastructure. So this is things like better housing design for livestock and for aquaculture to minimize disease, as well as a wider adoption of covered cropping for tillage and for horticulture. The fifth recommendation that we have is a greater investment in knowledge sharing, so encouraging stakeholder collaboration all along the food chain, so from the primary food producers themselves to retailers and also to consumer organisations as well. Last but not least is our sixth recommendation, and this is all around more resource sharing among the producers themselves. So collaborative producer strategies like trading cooperatives, for example, can enable producers to strengthen their economic position by reducing costs, for example, associated with certifications and processing and so on. To learn more about the Efficient Food Project, you can find our final report online or send us a message on the @CircBio Twitter page. Thank you very much.